Welcome back to our series on icebreakers. These are short conversations and exercises that a manager can do with their team. Again, our focus and our philosophy is that if you have a system and have all this insight, it doesn't matter if you're not using it. So we're stripping out all of the content noise, getting down to the essential things that you want to know. And it's primarily, what do I look like at my best? How do I get in my way? How someone else looks differently than me? How are they wired? How do I bridge and work better together with them? So we've created every single one of our worksheets as a resource for these conversations. So I'm going to go into 2 sessions on rings. Rings are the patterns of our 5 strengths. There are 4 zones that we divide the 34 strengths into. The relating zone, which is blue, those are instincts around the nonverbal elements that make relationships work. Remember, that's an important part of it, instincts. These are how your brain is wired. They produce chemicals when they're activated. We want to turn those instincts into insight for us, knowledge, mastery, so that it's just not a fleeting gut feeling. It's a signal for us to act on. Now, the next zone, the red in the upper right, those are instincts around people's readiness to engage. Those instincts will pick up on someone's level of confidence, someone's motivation or lethargy. And because of that, it'll activate and begin to elevate the engagement level to action. When we go to the bottom half of the ring, on the left-hand side are the green. Those are instincts around thinking, and there's a wide range. There's high-level thinking, deep dive, futuristic visionary, in the past. There's the creative ideation side. There's the deep dive, intellectual, philosophical side, a wide range. And then finally, on the bottom right side is the orange, that's acting. Those are the instincts or the activators around taking action, sustaining it, and finishing it. When we divide your 5 strengths into 4 zones, there are 15 different patterns. And those patterns give you insight into someone's natural fluency in either thinking, relating, motivating, or acting. And there's only one of the 15 that has all 4 zones. So that means 14 archetypes or rings are missing one or more zones. And that's great insight when you're working with people and trying to bridge communication. Imagine I speak German, you speak French, and we don't know the other language. That's a common disconnection when somebody has, for example, blue strengths relating, but maybe not orange strengths acting, and the other person has acting strengths, but maybe not blue or relating strengths. And we feel those differences in terms of different pace, different tone, different intensity. And if we're not aware of those, it can easily put us into a defensive or fight or flight mode without even knowing it. There are 4 pages that give you an overview of each of the rings. A great icebreaker and exercise is to have each person underline the 1 or 2 sentences in their ring description that they feel captures them at their best, and then they can share it. Another great follow-up question is to have people who have the same ring raise their hand and say, did you pick the same traits or did you pick something different, and why? Again, the value is the conversation. The value is comparing similarities, differences, and then over time, walking through each person's ring, how they relate to it, what drains them, what energizes them, and which rings they may have challenges with. And that's an easy one because all you have to do is look at the people in the room. And if there's somebody you're challenged with, they go through their ring, you go through their ring. Now you're beginning to understand the why behind some of the friction, and it's taking away what we call that nimsu, the story you're telling yourself. No information, make stuff up. And over time, it creates comfort, rapport, where there may have been either distance or friction in the past. We've all experienced situations that catch us off guard and we react. But if those situations are recurring, your brain very quickly learns to anticipate, and then you don't react. That's what we want to get to. In the next video, I will show you the report we use to look at everybody's strengths. And the purpose of each of these exercises is to deposit a little bit of insight and conversation and understanding over time. It's a compounded effect. It's the icebreaker effect. And we've designed it so you don't have to be an expert on the strengths. You just need to be curious, have the worksheet, use our icebreaker guide for those questions. And what you're going to find is that your team will look forward to these conversations. They're short, or you get in depth with them, and you'll be confident and comfortable to lead them. I am always curious about how you're using our tools and the new ideas that you come up with, the new questions. So please share those with us. And of course, we're here if you have any questions. Take care.